10, 9, ignition sequence start. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All engine running. Liftoff. We have a liftoff. 32 minutes past the hour.
America is a unique kind of place. Across the country, we see some of the biggest, most important innovations for the entire world represented by American businesses. Technology is fundamentally an endeavor in wandering. If you're going to build something new, sort of part and parcel of building something new means that what's come before might matter and is a data point and something that it should inform you, but it can't be something you're beholden to. So when we build new things, we really rely on everyone to be able to say exactly what they mean in a safe space where ideas and opinions can win out for the best thing to be built and the best way to build it. Something that I think most folks who don't work with lawyers every day probably don't know is there's not a set amount of legal work, and most law firms spend more time turning away cases than they do accepting cases. It's actually pretty darn hard to get a lawyer to take a case. So whether the case is somebody who's been injured, or somebody who's incarcerated, or somebody who has an immigration problem, or somebody whose business is in trouble, or somebody who's trying to buy a business, it's so often the case that you'll hear from a lawyer, "I'm sorry, I'm too busy right now. I simply can't take on this work." The good news is the technology is helping and can help with this problem.
When you think about adopting new technology, we have to really focus on the problem to be solved. And I think you really have got to anchor on what problem are we actually trying to solve, and then lay the options out on the table and figure out what piece of technology, what method and approach actually does the best job of addressing that question. We should be really passionate about problems to be solved, even more passionate than we are about the technology itself. So Filevine brings together the core themes of legal work, the things that every legal professional or every law office has to deal with. We bring them together and they're handled in the same place. So what are those core themes? There's things like handling your fees and how you get paid. There's things like reviewing documents and storing documents. There's delegating tasks among employees, right? These are just part of doing business as a legal professional.
Filevine was designed to be a collaboration tool. We envisioned having everyone be in one place to get their work done. And what this means is you don't have to switch from this system to that tool to that application. Everything is in Filevine. So regardless of your role at the organization, whether you are a legal assistant that is spending all of your time in Filevine, or an attorney who's checking in to see what the recent client communications have been, everything is in Filevine. And so if you hire a new employee, they don't have to go through histories of emails. They can quickly see through one pane of glass what is happening with that case, that matter, that client, and quickly come up to speed.
When we were looking for a new legal technology system, we knew that picking a new software was similar to getting into a marriage. It's not just a snapshot of what the software is at this moment in time, but it's such a key part of our business that we really needed to look at what this product would be years and even decades down the line. So for us, it was not only the features that Filevine had at the time, but also the leadership at Filevine. And them being a small company and us being a small firm at the time, we quickly saw that their vision for the future aligned very closely with our vision for the future. And we knew that signing on with Filevine would help us attain our goal of providing access to justice for as many individuals as possible.
Through Filevine's innovations and their technology, we're able to be more efficient as a firm. And because of that, we're able to give people access to the court system and give people access to the justice system that has always been backlogged. And with Filevine's technology, we're able to promote that access to justice that I think a lot of people deserve.
Well, we love lawyers at Filevine. We think they're the best. We think they're the agents of change through the country. We think that they make the arc of history bend towards justice. But that also means that the work that lawyers do is extraordinarily high stakes. When lawyers make a decision, their client's livelihood can be on the line, their client's reputation can be on the line, and important to our customers, their reputation can be on the line. If they were to make an unethical decision or an incorrect decision or get a key fact wrong in a case, that can have repercussions for that lawyer's career for decades to come. This is serious stuff. The work that lawyers do for their clients is incredibly impactful. That means the room for error is so incredibly low. So when we think of kind of who we serve and who inspires us, it's the lawyers we serve. These lawyers are in court representing people in their worst moments. They are helping companies through critical periods and trying times. They're getting people out of jail, and they're saving clients from making bad decisions by giving them great advice in times of need.
Something that's really interesting to me is that the number of attorneys in this country, in the United States, hasn't increased materially at all in the past 10 or 15 years. And from my understanding, the situation with paralegals is basically the same. And so the workload is increasing, but the number of people is basically the same. So you have to put something in that gap. And I think machines, technology is the right way. And how fortunate it is that when we're experiencing this gap in legal services and access for consumers to have legal services, that you have a tool like generative AI, like LLMs, be available to take on some of that burden.
The golden age of legal tech is upon us. It is an incredibly thrilling time to be in this industry because lawyers, judges, courts, governments will all be able to take advantage of technology that for the first time ever will improve results and expand out the labor pool, allowing more people to get the justice they need for the problems in their lives. And ultimately, all of our technology should serve humans. And the more humans we can serve, the better Filevine's doing at its job. And we're thrilled to do that.